Together, page 22.
Ram 127. Om Antarati Bhakti Pukaro, Avo Prabhu Sanj Savare.
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 दुनिया लगे छे मने अंधार को,
दुनिया लगे छे मने अंधार को,
दुनिया लगे छे मने अंधार को,
दुनिया लगे छे मने अंधार को।
कुवमति कौन बचावे, आवो प्रभु सांझ सवारे.
કૂવામાંથી કોણ બચાવે, આવો પ્રભુ સાંજ સવારે.
अंतर की भक्ति पुकारो, आवो प्रभु सांझ सवारे.
અંતરથી ભક્તિ પુકારો, આવો પ્રભુ સાંજ સવારે.
माता पिता ने को तुम कभी लो,
માતા પિતાને કુટુંબ કબીલો,
माता पिता ने को तुम कभी लो.
માતા પિતાને કુટુંબ કબીલો.
अंत समय कौन बचावे, आओ प्रभु सांझ सवारे.
અંત સમય કોણ બચાવે, આવો પ્રભુ સાંજ સવારે.
अंतर की भक्ति पुकारो, आओ प्रभु सांझ सवारे.
અંતરથી ભક્તિ પુકારો, આવો પ્રભુ સાંજ સવારે.
कर्मा वसंति प्रभु मांगो हो एतलो,
કર્મા વચનથી પ્રભુ માંગો એકલો,
कर्मा वचंति प्रभु मांगो हो एतलो.
કર્મા વચનથી પ્રભુ માંગો એકલો.
भक्ति से भाव करे, आओ प्रभु सांझ सवारे.
ભક્તિથી ભાવ ઉતારે, આવો પ્રભુ સાંજ સવારે.
अंतर की भक्ति पुकारो, आओ प्रभु सांझ सवारे.
અંતરથી ભક્તિ પુકારો, આવો પ્રભુ સાંજ સવારે.
कर्मा वचंति प्रभु मांगो हो एतलो,
કર્મા વચનથી પ્રભુ માંગો એકલો.
भक्ति से भाव करे, आओ प्रभु सांझ सवारे.
ભક્તિથી ભાવ ઉતારે, આવો પ્રભુ સાંજ સવારે.
आओ प्रभु सांझ सवारे.
આવો પ્રભુ સાંજ સવારે.
आओ प्रभु सांझ सवारे.
આવો પ્રભુ સાંજ સવારે.
ओम
શ્રી રામ કૃષ્ણ ભગવાન કી જય. પવન સુત હનુમાન કી જય. શ્રી અંબે અંબે માત કી જય.
Om, page 53.
ओम
शिवाय नमः
देवी महाकालिनी
देवी महाकालिनी
page 99. Om Mata गाते हैं नाम तुम्हारा हो माता गाते हैं नाम तुम्हारा
माता गाते हैं नाम तुम्हारा ओ माता गाते हैं नाम तुम्हारा
माता गाते हैं नाम तुम्हारा हो माता गाते हैं नाम तुम्हारा
माता गाते हैं नाम तुम्हारा ओ माता गाते हैं नाम तुम्हारा
हो माता गाते हैं नाम तुम्हारा
ओ माता गाते हैं नाम तुम्हारा
अम्बे माता कोई बोलते हैं दुर्गा माता कोई बोलते हैं
अम्बे माता कोई बोलते हैं दुर्गा माता कोई बोलते हैं
तू है सारा
जग के जननी गाते हैं नाम तुम्हारा
बालक तेरे तू है मैया माता मेरी।
हम सब है माँ बालक तेरे, तू है मैया माता मेरी।
तू है सारा जग के जननी गाते है नाम तुम्हारा माता, गाते हैं नाम तुम्हारा हो माता, गाते हैं नाम तुम्हारा
माता गाते हैं नाम तुम्हारा,
हो माता,
गाते हैं नाम तुम्हारा।
हो माता, गाते हैं नाम तुम्हारा
ओ माता गाते नाम तुम्हारा,
हो माता, गाते हैं नाम तुम्हारा
ओ माता गाते नाम तुम्हारा।
जय माँ जय माँ जय जय माँ
जय माँ जय माँ जय जय माँ,
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 जय माँ जय माँ जय जय माँ।
जय अम्बे माँ जगदम्बे माँ,
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 जय अम्बे माँ जगदम्बे माँ।
जय शारदा माँ जय जय माँ,
जय शारदा माँ जय जय माँ,
जय शारदा माँ जय जय माँ,
शारदा माँ जय जय माँ,
जय शारदा माँ जय जय माँ,
शारदा माँ जय जय माँ,
जय माँ जय 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 माँ जय जय माँ।
ओम श्री राम कृष्ण
भगवान की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, श्री अम्बे अम्बे मात की जय।
Om Namo Narayanaya, dear sisters, brothers, and loving children. We are so happy to see all of you here this morning and welcome you very warmly. The little children may go to their classes, and this morning, Miss Avinta Badrinath will read a talk by Swami Tyagananda.
ॐ यथाग्नेर्दाहिका शक्तिः रामकृष्णे स्थिता हिया सर्वविद्या स्वरूपां तां शारदां प्रणमाम्यहम् Om Namo Narayanaya, Revered Mataji, sisters, brothers, and loving children. The following reading has been taken from Swami Tyagananda's talks, a monk of the Ramakrishna order and the head of the Vedanta Society in Boston. Revered Maharaj's talks are very inspiring. Because of time constraints, all of the information cannot be read. Maharaj draws a perfect analogy between a river flowing down from the mountains to the ocean and the journey of life until we reached the final destination called God. Maharaj says, "Have you ever thought of yourself as a river? I sometimes think I am a river. I feel that is what we all are, millions of rivers, all flowing towards one destination, the ocean. As rivers, we are all different from each other. When we reach the ocean, however, we lose our river identity. We are no longer different rivers. Our differences evaporate when we empty ourselves into the ocean. We become the ocean. Let us trace the course of the river of our life from the beginning. If we interview a river, what would she say? I was born on the heights of a mountain peak. I heard that I came from God, but I don't really remember my time with God. Immediately after my birth, I started moving away from God. I began to descend the steep slopes of the mountain. I was young, full of energy and bubbling with enthusiasm. My karma drove me down. I came crashing down the mountainside. Many wondrous sights greeted me on the way. I saw a dazzling variety of colorful and glittering stones. Innumerable plants and creepers nodded their heads as I rolled past them. Their beauty captivated me. I was enthralled by the sweet fragrance of flowers and the aroma of the soil. The twittering of birds was sweet music to my ears. The touch of the bent boughs of trees was soothing and assuring. Everything looked so promising. I was still a child, so full of hope and cheer. I moved on. I met several other streams on the way. I chatted with them and played with them. Sometimes they helped me by cutting a way across a formidable obstruction in my path. My childhood was thus nourished by the love, care, and companionship of wonderful friends. I too helped them whenever I could. After some time, most of them went their way. I went mine. Perhaps we were never to meet again. Memories persisted, sweet and bitter. I moved on, experiencing life, learning from life, and discovering life. It was no small sacrifice on the part of my parents. To see one's little child rapidly moving away would break the heart of any parent. But my parents knew that that was my part, my destiny. Keeping all personal considerations aside, they wiped off their tears and bade me farewell. They cleared the path for my journey. I was too young to know and understand the numerous sacrifices they made for me. As I grew up, this thought bothered me again and again. I wondered, how can I repay this debt? My formal education began as my teachers began to arrive. I was no more a stream now. I had grown from a tiny trickle of water into a rivulet. A different kind of life awaited me. My teachers were bigger rivulets that had traveled a longer distance. They had more experience and were eager to share it with me and my friends. Under their careful training and guidance, my intellectual horizon expanded. They shared some of their water and gave us the push we needed to move forward. I had learned how to cut my way across steep, rocky hills. I was taught that it was dangerous to meet every obstruction head-on, so I sometimes went around mountain ranges. I learned to follow the path of least resistance in the case of unimportant matters, but never to compromise the basic principles of life. Learn to swim with the current, but in matters of principle, stand firm like a rock. Build your life, they said, on the strong foundation of truthfulness, self-restraint, love, sacrifice, and purity. You will receive many things. You must also learn to give. But why must we cultivate virtues and give and receive? The teachers said, all these are preparations to reach the destination. The destination? It had never struck me before that I had a destination to reach. I had looked forward to graduating from my school and from the university. I had dreamt of a successful career and a happy family until I reached the destination. My destination couldn't be complete. An incomplete journey is an incomplete life. At once, I remembered how I had seen some other rivers ending up nowhere. They had dried up, burnt, and consumed by their own follies and carelessness. The sun god had lifted them up and taken them away, to begin all over again. Failure meant repetition. Others merged themselves in larger rivers. They had surrendered themselves to the collective. The strain and anxiety of the journey was too much for them. Individual courage had failed. Their confidence had been shattered. They too would have to begin all over again. I had to reach the destination myself, not riding on the shoulder of somebody else. The teachers had told me that my destination was the ocean. I think I heard them say, God, whenever they told me about the ocean. The two were probably the same. As I encountered life in all its varied colors, I asked myself, when shall I reach the ocean? How far is it, and how shall I reach there? I had heard somewhere, it is a mysterious law of nature that as soon as the field is ready, the seed must come. As soon as the soul wants religion, the transmitter of religious force must come. I did not know then much about religion, but the questions related to my destination became stronger. Perhaps the field was ready, for soon as a momentous event occurred in my life, I saw for the first time a huge luminous river flowing with a divine rhythm, calm, composed, and compassionate. My spiritual education now began. The big river, my Guru. My Guru told me what this life was all about. My ideas about the ultimate destination became clearer. Life had a higher purpose. The goal of life was to realize God, that is, to reach my destination. A new kind of power entered into me. I realized that the ocean was my real home. I had to go back to where I belonged. The path was shown to me by my Guru. All I had to do was to abide by his instructions. I moved on, armed with the blessings and love of my spiritual teacher. My own experience taught me many things. I learned, for instance, the law of sacrifice. I had received such a lot from nature, from my parents, teachers, and friends, that I had at one time wondered how I could repay it all. Now I knew the secret. Nature has provided me with air to breathe, water to drink, and food to eat. She had not asked for anything in return. I resolved to offer her my dedication to keeping the air clean, water pure, and food healthy and abundant. People around me had given me so much. I knew I had to love all in return for their love. I had received help. I have to give help. I had received inspiration. I must now inspire others. Whatever I received, I have to give back. I have to find a way to return to the world whatever the world had given me. Now I also understand that whatever I sent out came back to me. If I loved others, smiled or frowned, complained about them, they returned the same to me. I also learned that the more I gave, the more came back to me. I began to share my water with others, fellow human beings and animals, and also plants. Sitting on my banks, people practiced meditation, and I helped them by the melodious rhythm of my flowing waters. I prayed for others and found them praying for me. In my own heart, I found the perennial spring of love, bliss, strength, and purity. But it took a while to realize all of this, and practicing it was by no means easy. I saw the havoc created by egoism, selfishness, pride, jealousy, extravagance. Puffed up with pride, some rivers had swollen up and flooded the adjoining areas, causing destruction of life and property. Blinded by their own vanity and sensual cravings, some rivers had lost track of their destination and were meandering along crooked paths, taking them away from the ocean. Other rivers had stopped moving and became lakes. Their progress was hindered, and the goal was forgotten. They would have to come back again to continue their journey. I trembled with fear. Will my fate also be the same? In sheer desperation, I turned to God and prayed for protection and guidance. That strengthened me. My faith brought me hope that one day I will be home. My real home, I was told, was infinite. A finite little me was to reach there one day. I learned that reaching this real home, I don't just get to live in it, I become the home myself. The river meets the ocean and merges into it fully, inseparably. The river doesn't live in the ocean, the river becomes the ocean. What a shock it was when one day they told me that I was not a river really. I was the ocean, they said. It was a very ancient idea taught in books called the Vedas. Also, that the illumined ones, those who had merged into the ocean, had actually experienced it in their own lives. It was nice to feel that I was in reality someone big, infinite in every respect, untouched by any kind of narrowness and impurity. I reminded myself that life is uncertain. I must find my way home as quickly as possible. I must reach the ocean. A voice that called itself Vedanta whispered to me that I was never really disconnected from the ocean. I am eternally one with the ocean. All I have to do is to continue to flow along the channel that already exists without taking detours. I am sure to reach the ocean one day. The river me is a dream. The ocean me is a real me. That is what I always was and always will be. What a blessing. I smile to myself and move ahead. Faith and hope have now taken charge of my life. A new kind of vitality runs through my veins. Now there's no stopping until the ocean is reached. No time to sleep now, for I hear the words coming from afar. Arise, awake, and stop not till the goal is reached. Hari Om, that's it.
Thank you, Avinta. Dear sisters and brothers, we'll all chant together the Bhavani Ashtakam, page 198. 198.
Putra,
सरस्वती श्री दुर्गा माता की जय. Let us meditate for a few moments. And I always remind all of us that this is to give us a little taste of how lovely it is to meditate. We feel calm, try to forget all thoughts, all cares and worries, all anxieties, all other thoughts must be left outside. Feel the living presence of your Ishta Devata, the aspect of God that you worship in your heart. The more we try to meditate, the calmer the mind becomes. And through a calm mind, we can work better. Shri Sarada Devi reminds us there should be regular time for the practice of japa and meditation, for no one knows when the auspicious moment will come when you will see God. Regularity in spiritual practice should be observed no matter how busy one may be with worldly duties. Mother says, I bless you from the bottom of my heart that you live long, attain devotion to God, and enjoy peace. Peace is the principal thing. One needs peace alone.
Parvati Pata